UnitedHealth has been in the headlines, probably one of the biggest crash outs we've seen in a long, long time. Because they had a bad earnings report and a bad forecast, the stock dropped 22% in a single day.
That's a lot if you're keeping track at home. They would get people who were already enrolled in VA benefit and then like double charging them.
Yeah.
It was costing them nothing. They basically generated like $44 billion.
You see this Porsche? You know how I paid for it? I diagnosed weird butt AIDS.
It's too good of a game. I mean,
it's too good of a game.
Writing down that they have crazy AIDS you've never heard of and you need a lot of money.
You got crazy butt AIDS, I'm sorry to tell you.
Sorry, government. This guy's got crazy AIDS.
Damn, another one? Okay. Here, take this money. Take care of him. Jeez, poor guy. He's got crazy butt AIDS. Just like the last guy. This government says that they violated the False Claims Act, which allows the government to sue anyone it believes defrauded it. Oh, no, False Claims Act. That guy didn't have butt AIDS. You lied. How could you do that?
We're looking through some of these claims. Not adding that.
There's not that many butt AIDS guys out there. Beep heads. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome back.
You know the show start when the sound beep.
You know the show start when the sound go beep. The sound go beep. The sound. We're starting it off strong.
We're starting it off strong. Episode 101. No one can stop us.
It's the Hollywood Freeway.
We've done 100 episodes. Once you do 100 episodes,
you can check out. I've mentally checked out.
No, that's not true. We've never been more locked in on our lives.
It's technically actually 191 because we did 90 Trillionaire.
That was a different show. I don't even know what that was. I've done 101 episodes.
You don't know what it was, but I know what it was. We all know what it was.
That was a weird one, though, where they said you weren't allowed to do more than 90. This one, we don't know how many we're allowed to do.
I think it's 105, they said. They said that it's 105, and then we have to change the name. So that'll be fun. Anyway, welcome back, folks. Hey, if you live in Denver or near Denver, Colorado, what's your deal? Why don't you hurry up and Rocky Mountain get your butt onto the link in the description
to seriously, buy
tickets to our show.
What's your problem?
It's going to be the last one for a while.
We're going to join the Mile High Club. That means fucking each other in front of a live audience in Denver.
Oh, man, that'll be exciting. I can't wait for that. It's going to be so good. Speaking of Denver, we published our Portland video. The long-awaited Portland video that is up on our YouTube channel. Go check it out.
That's up right now. You can go watch that right now.
And then there's
after you watch this.
And then there's an extra 6 minutes of footage that we put on the benandemilshow.com website, where if you sign up today, you get a free 7-day trial. Free 7-day trial, folks.
And it didn't get cut because it wasn't good. It was so good, it just didn't fit.
We just had too much stuff.
We're like that gas station commercial guy, Toomgis, too much good stuff. And
wow, that's a throwback.
And so
too much good stuff.
There was too much good stuff, so we put it for our lovely Ben and Emil Show family. And you can find that at benandemilshow.com.
Yeah, you can go check out all of our
shit.
There's
a free trial there for everybody right now.
7-day trial. You go there, check out last week's 100th episode where we recapped all of our favorite moments. And and also, hey, remember to like this video, give it a comment, and smash that subscribe. You know what? I'm taking this off. It's too hot.
It's hot here in Los Angeles.
Woo! So, Haley Welch. This isn't going to be the main part of the episode. But
you know what felt good?
Just came out. What?
You said, did you see the Haley Welch thing? And I said, who's that?
Oh.
Nature is healing.
Nature is.
I feel good.
Yeah.
That was a win for me.
I have some color commentary on social media and the internet that we'll talk about.
You wanted to talk about it in the bonus. You were going to tell me
in the book. Bonus episode. But Haley Welch of Tuah fame, spit on that thing fame.
Tuah, spit on that thing.
Got in trouble with the Tuah coin, and she just put out a post on her Instagram about it. And I thought it was very adult and very boy. This woman has just
Is there a cameo from her cousin Doodlebug?
Doodlebug ain't in it, but Mima is or whatever.
Really?
What does she say?
I don't know.
Grandpappy, grandpa, my
cousin Doodlebug.
Let's play the clip, shall we?
Then what we know now.
What would you say to your fans that actually lost money in the coin?
I feel like I let them down a lot. It makes me feel really bad that they trusted me and I led them to something that I did not have enough knowledge about. I thought it would be best if I just sat here and addressed it myself. Feds come to Granny's house and knocked on her door and they're like, oh, you're not in any trouble. We just want to ask you questions about everything. And then they wanted to see my phone. So I was like, okay, well, that's not a problem. Interrogated me, asking me questions and everything else related to crypto. They went through my phone.
Haley Welch, you never talk to the feds, man. Get yourself a lawyer. What are you doing? You can see my phone.
Wow. Holy shit.
What are you doing?
Sure, you could take my phone.
Yeah, take my phone. She's just getting handcuffed. Wait, what?
Cleared me. I was good to go, and then the SEC picked it up. And then they didn't want to talk with me, but they wanted my phone. So I sent my phone off to them for 2 or 3 days. And I guess.
Why do you keep giving everyone your phone? Baby, get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Stop giving the government your phone.
Maybe.
What are we doing?
I mean, it sounds like she said, well, so then she says they cloned it.
So then the SEC called, and I was like, sure, you want my phone?
The SEC took my phone.
I'll have Doodlebug courier it over. Okay, sorry.
I guess they cloned my phone, copied it, something. But they went through my phone. I was cleared from them, and I wasn't named on the lawsuit either.
That would have terrified me.
Wow.
I don't have anything to hide. I gave them everything on my phone. They went through it. They sent it back, and I was cleared. And I finally get to tell my side of the story that I've been holding on to.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Haley Welch, everybody. She's here to tell her side of the story. I think she's downstairs.
Oh, I guess we thought she was coming out, but
oh yeah, no, I guess she's gone.
I know she does love dogs. She's got a big dog foundation. Hopefully, they didn't have to put all them down while she was dealing with her trouble.
A big dog foundation or a big dog foundation?
The second one.
Oh, got it. Yeah, poor Doug. I found another spot on near his ass where he's got.
Well, that's maybe more of a bonus
skin issues.
Conversation.
Poor guy. Anywho. So,
best of luck to Haley Welch. We hope she recovers.
Sounds like she doesn't need it. Sounds like she's in the clear.
We hope she gets to a place where she can scam us again.
The court of public opinion, however, she isn't implicated in the lawsuit, it sounds like, but not in the court of public opinion.
Stop giving your phone to people.
Yeah.
I would
give
say.
Your phone to the feds. Oh, boy. So, man, folks, you remember Luigi Mangione? Who can forget Luigi Mangione?
Now, that's a name I remember.
The Italian stallion. The assassin of the Italian stallion, the Sicilian billionaire killer.
That's what you call him?
The guy who shot.
Sure.
Yeah.
National hero Luigi Mangione.
By the way, I learned.
Never been a more beloved American.
Oh man, it's been a long time.
Honestly, we're a very divided country. Is there a public figure who is
more divisive than that?
Less divisive than that. I mean, my God.
Oh.
Just reading normie comments on the New York Times and Wall Street Journal.
Well, I also didn't quite realize. I thought that Brian Armstrong was the CEO of UnitedHealth Group. He was not. He was the CEO of UnitedHealth, their insurance arm.
Sure.
He's not the CEO. He's not the head
giant
honcho.
Conglomerate.
Yeah. But United Health has been in the headlines and for a lot of different reasons. It is probably one of the biggest crash outs we've seen in a long, long time.
I kind of have a feeling they're going to be fine.
I don't know. I do think that they're probably going to be fine. Maybe, but things are changing. And so if you don't know, I didn't know this. They are the largest, America's biggest health insurer. They also own a ton of doctor practices. And God, I feel bad for any doctor I feel like I didn't realize that so many physician practices are like corporate,
I feel like pretty much every industry in America is more like, yeah. Even everything you enjoy that you think is like a small company that you like is owned by private equity. It's all nothing. There's no independent.
Happened to my dentist.
Yeah.
Dr. Catuli. After however long, 40 years. God bless him, he retired and he sold the practice to some fucking Smile Group.
Yeah.
And then they keep hounding me going, come on, clean your teeth. Come on. And I'm going, no, I go to a different dentist now. Fuck you. Anyway, UnitedHealth owns a bunch of doctor practices. They've got a pharmacy benefit manager. They've got data and technology operations. And of course, they've got insurance. And I mean, it's a me thing, but I was diving deep the other day and
you were diving deep on insurance.
I found it very interesting. The guy who started it, it was like a less than $1 billion valuation company. And the guy just was like buying up HMOs throughout the country and just building it into what it became. And
it's a classic American industry tale.
God, fucking bananas. And yeah, so now they're huge. They're the biggest they were. I mean, I think they still are actually, despite the big drop that they had. At one point, they were like this.
Well, are you saying biggest by market cap or biggest by people they insure?
I think both.
Yeah, so I mean, that wouldn't change because their market cap dropped.
True. They are just the biggest. They're the head honcho. And in the last few weeks, their stock has dropped a whopping 50%. That's over $200 billion in market cap that was just erased. And there's a lot of different things that have happened. I guess it would probably be best to start with more recently, because there are some things that happened last year. That one thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And there was a big hack, but none of it really amounted to anything. But it all, you can looking back at the chart, it all really started to go south on April 17th when they reported their earnings. The stock was near all-time highs, $600 a share. Everything's looking rosy for UnitedHealth Group. And then, oops, they had...
If I was them, I'd be like, it's the fucking tariffs.
It's the tariffs.
No one wants to get sick anymore.
It's bad connection. Oops, click. They had bad earnings. But on top of the bad earnings, they had a bad forecast. It was their first bad one since 2008. They had consistently beat their forecasts and raised them since 2008.
Really makes you wonder. Recession indicator?
Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's show. It's Rocket Money. Listen.
Look, are you trying to save money this summer?
What he said. You trying to save some money?
Are you trying to save money at all?
Are you trying? Are you even trying? You should be. Because you subscribe to too much stuff. I've seen it.
We've looked at your credit card statements, and it's ridiculous. You don't even know what half those things are.
You don't even know what you're doing. You probably forgot all of those things.
At least I don't know. I'm looking at my credit card statement right now. What are these things?
Yeah. Your father and I are very upset with you. You are spending too much on these unwanted subscriptions. And you know what? I used to be like you, son. I used to be just like you. I'd forget, because that's what happens. You know, you sign up for these things. Maybe it's a free trial or something. Some such nonsense, and then you just forget, and then before you know it, you're getting charged.
What is this? I'm paying $7.99 a month to Bob's Big Time Fun Time. What is that?
What is Bob Big Time Fun Time, man?
What? How did I do that?
You got to stop doing that. Well,
thank you to Rocket Money for alerting me to all this stuff, though.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It also monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You see all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money's going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Not only can they help you cancel them, they can even negotiate with these companies on your behalf to get you some lower, better rates. Isn't that great?
Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts. Okay, you can easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money's going. Mine's going to Bob's Big Time Fun Time. Get alerts if bills increase in price. There's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget. The new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Help pay off bills, put away money for a house, or just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/BAES today. That's rocketmoney.com/BAES. Rocketmoney.com/BAES. Well, they would go on to blame increased costs because more and more senior citizens, because they insure a ton of senior citizens, and they're blaming it on them. They go to the doctor too much, these senior citizens. They're going to the doctor too much, and it's costing us too much money. They're pissed off about that. But anyway, because they had a bad earnings report and a bad forecast, the stock dropped 22% in a single day. And then the next day, it dropped.
That's a lot. If you're keeping track at home.
That's a lot. And then the next day, it dropped another 6%. Things are starting to kind of like, okay, what's going on? Maybe things aren't as because up until then, they had been every year, every quarter, whatever, they had promised shareholders in the market, we're growing at like 10 to 15% reliably every year. 10 to 15%, you can set your watch to it. So the fact that they had this bad miss, that ain't good. That ain't good. Fast forward another almost a month, May 13th. Their CEO, who'd only been the CEO for 4 years, they promoted him in 2021. This poor fucker, man. Talk about being in over your head. I say this poor fucker lightly because he's
going to be fine.
He's going to be fine.
I think Andrew Whitty's going to be just fine.
Andrew Whitty's going to be fine. He's a British bloke. He was.
What's he doing over here? I mean, you guys have
stay over there. You
the
mean?
NHS. No, what do I need a guy coming from a place with national health care coming over and being like,
"There's money be made over here." Governor.
Yeah,
don't
let's squeeze these Americans.
Squeeze them for everything they got. This guy was. What the hell is in my pocket? 2 toothpicks. That's strange. He was. He was the head of GlaxoSmithKline. And then they decided to, I think that got absorbed by UnitedHealth or something. And then he was ahead of some division within UnitedHealth. And they promoted him to CEO in 2021. And in particular, the last year, it's pretty evident that this guy knows just about as much as you and I would about running an insurance conglomerate like this. So instead of just getting fired, he just quit. All of a sudden.
Personal reasons. He won't say what they are.
I mean, I think we all know.
His wife is cheating on him.
His wife is cheating on him. His kids are cheating on him with another dad.
He found a bunch of letters from prison from Luigi Mangione. His wife was asking for thirst traps.
And his kids were writing the CEO of Humana. They were like, we want a different CEO dad. We like being the child of CEOs.
Yeah. They're like, we'll take Cigna, we'll take Aetna.
Anything but this fucking loser.
We'll take Oscar. This guy sucks.
Oh, man. I own shares of Oscar still. I'm down. I was down like 40 grand, but now I'm only down like 8. So, God
if you're keeping track at home, that's good.
That's good. That's an improvement. Anyway, he, this poor fucker Andrew Whitty, this British guy, I mean, the photos you see of him testifying in front of whoever it was, some kind of committee last year, he just looks cooked. Like, what the fuck? Are all these millions in stock options worth this?
Answer, yes.
He's clearly, I probably worth it. So he steps down for personal reasons, probably because he's worried about his family's safety. He's getting increased death threats and shit like that. Like, I mean,
personal reasons.
Yeah, personal reasons. He gets replaced by former CEO and current chairman Stephen Hemsley, who oversaw he basically like 10x'd UnitedHealth. So of course they're glad to bring this guy back in. And yeah, he was CEO during the killing of a top executive. There was a huge hack last summer. Over 150 million Americans' data got exposed. They had bad earnings, multiple Department of Justice investigations. So yeah, I'm thinking that he's probably like, I'm out. I'm fucking
I do
done.
also wonder if the personal reasons are maybe the board being like, hey, Andrew, what do you say you just fucking get out of here?
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
What do you say you just beat it and go back to England, you freak?
Yeah, you limey prick. Why do they call him limey? What is that? Where's the origin of that?
I'm not British.
Yeah, no, that's true. So not only did you have the abrupt resignation of a CEO, which is never a good thing for a publicly traded company, but at the same time, in the same breath, UnitedHealth Group suspended their already reduced sales guidance for 2025. The one from just a month prior that they were like, hey, it's going to be less than we expect. Now they're full on suspending that sales guidance, which is a huge red flag. Because that means, hey, we're flying blind, baby. We got no idea what the fuck.
Right, a lot of companies. You've probably heard a lot of companies doing that recently, but a lot of it's because of the tariffs, and they're like, hey, this is an uncertain time for us. We can't give you realistic numbers because we have no idea what the hell's going on.
We have no fucking clue.
But I don't think United Healthcare falls under that.
No, it's not a tariff thing with them.
No.
It's just higher costs. They cited higher than expected costs. They expect the Stephen Hemsley they had a weird conference call with analysts and stuff that lasted only 20 minutes where it was just kind of like really, really vague. They weren't really giving good fleshed out answers. And then they abruptly just like ended the call. Another big red flag. And that's pretty much it. They left that and now the stock has been reeling. But what happened last Friday was you had this new CEO, Hemsley, apparently bought like $25 million worth of the stock. A couple directors bought stock, which is usually a good sign that, hey, maybe things aren't that bad. And Hemsley himself said, nothing's going to change. We're going to stick to what works, aka just like fucking milking the system for profits.
You didn't even mention the DOJ investigation.
Oh, that's next.
Yeah, okay.
That's next.
Because that's
they're big ones, and that was very, very, very eye opening.
The new CEO made a pretty penny though on his purchase too.
Oh my God, he's already up.
We're happy for him.
Yeah.
There was also definitely some insiders who made some bets
against the stock.
Oh, yeah, made a ton of money.
They'll never see the inside of a jail cell. None of those people. Nobody even knows who they are because the SEC is underfunded, understaffed, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah. They're too busy investigating Tuah coin.
Yeah. She'll probably give us her phone.
Hey, can you give us your phone? Okay, I got nothing to hide. You take my phone.
Imagine trying to get one of these Wall Street guys' phones.
Oh, yeah.
They'd kill you.
They'd look at you and just go, just throw it off a fucking bridge.
But she's just like, what's your address? I'll send it to you right now.
I'll send it to you right now.
Why don't you just make a copy, send it back to me?
I'll FedEx it overnight if you need it. I'll do anything for the SEC. But yeah, this new CEO said, we'll return to profitability in 2026. And it remains to be seen whether or not that's the case because huge shout out to the Wall Street Journal. I mean, golly, I'm reading all these different things on the Wall Street Journal. It's the same two journalists.
They did a whole series called Medicare Inc.
Knockout job.
Yeah.
Absolute knockout job. They reported, so May 15th.
But to UnitedHealth's credit, they said, hey, we read this reporting and it's bullshit.
This is actually irresponsible and wrong. This isn't, no. They pretty much just said, you guys don't understand how this works,
right?
Okay? You just don't get it. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal spoke to doctors within their network, doctors that they employ at their practices and shit.
Basically, they're getting investigated for these Medicare Advantage programs, and senators and congresspeople have even cited the Wall Street Journal's investigations. But basically, I mean, this is why I don't think anything's gonna happen because this has been going on for so long.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Medicare Advantage was just like, it's another play to privatize a government program. It's not really Medicare at all. It's this weird
Medicare Advantage.
It's Medicare Advantage. You can now have your privatized, privatized shittier Medicare, and
the government foots the bill to the insurance
company. The difference is like Medicare is the public health insurance for older people, seniors and people with disabilities. People love Medicare. It covers all your shit, at least most of it. Sometimes there's this weird Medigap thing that people have to use to cover other stuff.
Hey, gang. Got to take a quick break to thank another sponsor of today's show. It's Mudwater. You know, if you're like me, you like a little bit of caffeine, but sometimes it can be a little too much. It can make you feel a little crazy.
And if you're like me, you like a little afternoon pick-me-up, but coffee's too much for you.
Yeah, so that's where Mudwater comes in. Mudwater is a cozy, I'm all about cozy.
You are.
Cozy, sweet little mix of cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms to help you feel focused and balanced, not wired. And every single ingredient in Mudwater's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added.
Best part, it's easy to use, okay? Yep. To use Mudwater, you simply drop the powder into your favorite mug, pour some water on it, and give it a mix. Some go wild and add creamer, honey, or even CBD.
Ooh, you know you're going nuts with that CBD and the creamer.
It provides sustained energy without the spikes and crash of traditional coffee. There's also caffeine-free blends available.
Oh, yeah, baby. Their matcha starter kit is a must-try. You like matcha, you matcha heads? It's the perfect way to step into clean energy with matcha's calming, focused boost. Man, do I love matcha.
Can I tell you about the turmeric starter kit, though?
Yes, please.
Because they have the turmeric starter kit that blends radiant ginger, warm turmeric, and rooibos chai. If you're looking for a blend to support immunity, digestion, focus, and clean energy, that's me, all with the feeling of golden hour at sunset, this is a game changer.
It really is tasty stuff,
I know
folks.
from experience.
It's tasty stuff. Mudwater is, and it's really got beautiful packaging. Mudwater is available at Target and Sprouts locations across the U.S., so it's never been easier to grab a cup of this friendly little pick-me-up. So, are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy for yourself? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal, up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code BAES. That's right, up to 43% off with code BAES at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them, so please show your support and let them know that we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy.
But yeah, Medicare Advantage just basically lets private health insurers step in, and they do really nefarious, like reach out programs of like, hey, like you're leaving money on the table. Like, come to Medicare Advantage. It's going to be better. And they offer this.
We'll diagnose you with fucked up shit so that the government pays for it.
They offer. They always tout this like free gym membership, and seniors are like, "Ooh,
free gym! And what is this? Something for my uncle?"
Yeah, I'm sure your uncle would love it.
With his 2 gym memberships.
But yeah, as Ben saying, Medicare Advantage plans, they receive a flat payment for the care they provide, strongly incentivizing the insurers sponsoring the plans to ration care, leading to high rates of wrongful claim denials, worse health outcomes, and costly administrative headaches for providers. And not only that, once you switch to Medicare Advantage, it can be very hard to get back to Medicare. Because of that Medigap thing we were talking about. It's like an administrative headache. It's extremely difficult for
I can't imagine that it was easy. Yeah, Medicare.
But they've been talking about this for years.
Yeah, there was a case dating back to 2017 that still hasn't been ruled on. It started in 2011. A whistleblower from United started talking about this, that they're overbilling and shit. The government joined the lawsuit in 2017, and it still has not been ruled on. So even though all of this stuff feels fresh and like, ooh, something's going to happen, it ain't going to happen for a long time.
Yeah, when they first, I mean, they always knew this was, like anyone who was smart could see this coming. When they started talking about introducing these plans, they were like, obviously saying, oh, well, we're going to save the government money, all this stuff. It costs the government so much money because these companies are ripping off the government. And yeah, of course, this kind of stuff is never in like the Doge crosshairs, right?
It is nice to know that the government is trying to do something about it.
Yes, but they're also like simultaneously trying to pass this new tax bill where they're trying to kick like literally millions of people off of healthcare.
And that's what...
And so it's this confusing... That's why I mean, we were talking about on the live on Friday, and I'm just like, I'm so confused by this Trump administration simultaneously like going after... Because it's not just United who's going to be pulled into this stuff. All these companies... I mean, come on, it's a good grift.
It's a very good grift.
I mean, the very people who are talking about this tax plan where millions of people are going to get kicked off of government healthcare... is it Rick Scott, the Florida senator? He's going out and talking about how, oh, well, it's not like if we have a work requirement for things, that's their choice to not have health care. They are the one choosing to not have health care. Meanwhile, this fucking guy has his own, he was the head of a healthcare company, and he never personally was convicted, but his company was convicted, and they owed like I forget, it's like $1.7 billion because they were just ripping the government off with bullshit.
Oh, dude,
fraud
one of the former CEOs of United, who oversaw one of their biggest periods of growth, when he retired, he had like $1.5 billion worth of stock options that invested, and he had to pay the government like $400 million of it from some kind of fraud insider trading thing. But like you said, so UnitedHealth is a Medicaid, Medicare, insurer, and they get paid extra for covering sicker people, and they're incentivized to document all of that, to document these diagnoses. And the Wall Street Journal found that in some cases there were highly questionable diagnoses that added billions in extra costs to taxpayers. So part of their recent unexpected bad earnings, they said, was actually due to bad diagnoses from previous insurers, so that they weren't getting paid what they should be getting paid. So like they've got these patients coming over from previous insurers, and United's like, they weren't properly diagnosed with the extra fucked up shit that we would need from the government to pay for all of these treatments that they're now getting. So
yeah, it's insane. The thing is, like, this is the Wall Street Journal did a whole thing on this. They say insurers pocketed $50 billion from Medicare for diseases no doctor treated.
Yep.
Private insurers involved in the government's Medicare Advantage program made hundreds of thousands of questionable diagnoses that triggered extra taxpayer-funded payments from 2018 to 2021, including outright wrong ones.
I love that. Hey, we're diagnosing you with something that nobody even treats,
dude.
Which is, I mean, sure,
it's insane.
I'm sure that happens.
The questionable diagnoses included some for potentially deadly illnesses, such as AIDS, for which patients received no subsequent care, and for conditions people couldn't possibly have. Often
because if they know that if they document this as this diagnosis, the government would go, oh shit, they got AIDS?
Often,
oh fuck, hang on, let me write you a check. You got to take care of that guy. He's got fucking AIDS.
Neither the patients nor the doctors had any idea the diagnoses had been made.
And what's really great is some of those diagnoses came from in-home visits by nurses employed by UnitedHealth Care's house calls unit. And each visit was also worth an average of $2,735 in additional Fed payments. So they are really just dipping their cock and balls fully into the honeypot.
It was insane. I mean, yeah, they were just sending people out to do these house calls or whatever.
Tell them that they got some kind of fucked up kind of AIDS, so that the government just writes us that check, would you? Tell them they got butt AIDS. I don't know. Just make something up. Yeah, but nobody treats that. Who cares? The government's going to write us fucking $8 billion worth of shit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. The patients examined by UnitedHealthcare, employed by UnitedHealthcare employed doctors, had huge increases in lucrative. I love that it's called lucrative diagnoses. After they joined their Medicare Advantage plans. Only after they joined. That's a pretty big fucking red flag. This is what got me. There were doctors that were interviewed by these Wall Street Journal reporters. They said that they were trained to document revenue-generating diagnoses, including those that they felt were obscure or irrelevant. The company also used software to suggest conditions and pay bonuses to doctors for considering these suggestions. Why the fuck? So I wonder what happened along the way that these doctors, did they grow a conscience or something?
They probably got scared. They probably felt the walls closing, and they maybe got like some government lawyer snooping around or something.
And they were like, "Oh shit, yeah."
I mean, dude, the getting was so good. It's insane. They were like, they would get people who were already enrolled in VA benefits, who were already getting all that taken care of, and then like double charging them.
Yeah,
just absolutely. It was costing them nothing. They basically generated like $44 billion from just including veterans who were already in a government-funded program.
You see this Porsche? You know how I paid for it? I diagnosed weird butt AIDS to a patient, and United gave me a sweet fucking bonus check.
Anyone who thinks this like for-profit healthcare system is a good way to...
I mean, look, this is insane.
Yeah.
And it's not an insignificant amount of money. Like if it was a few $100 million, I'd go, all right, slap him on the wrist.
But because it's
billions
upon billions of dollars.
Yeah, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, United responded and said, hey, these practices help detect diseases earlier, which actually saves money for the health system. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It costs you money. It costs us money. Yes, it costs us money.
Well, that's the thing,
Suck my
right? This
ass.
is all about them ripping off the government and taxpayers, right? And like, it doesn't even include all the horrible ways in which they treat their customers and patients. You know, it's just, it's unbelievable. And they're never going to be tried for. It's always going to be the financial crime that they get.
Well, and you know who's the real winner in all this?
UnitedHealth?
No, the lawyers.
Oh, sure.
And that's no knock on the lawyers. It's just that's their job. And again, God, that must be such a cozy, cushy job. Just like, I'm going to be fucking dealing with this for 10 years, billable hours.
It probably sucks. It
probably sucks.
Nightmare.
Yeah, of course. But if you're a lawyer
and it really sucks for the lower level lawyers who who never get to go home and are
70-hour weeks.
It's probably pretty sweet if you're a partner, though.
Yeah, well, maybe if you tried a little harder, you could be like the guy from Suits.
Yeah, why don't you be
a really hot guy in New York?
Be like the guy from Suits.
And just flirting. And man, that show isn't. Have you ever watched Suits?
I've never seen Suits.
You should watch the pilot. It's fun.
No, I'm okay.
Hey, everybody, we want to take another quick break to thank Shopify. You know, without Shopify, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. They were a huge help in us getting our little business here started.
We had no idea how to launch an online store.
We had like, what
no idea how to sell merch.
What do we do? I don't know how to do this stuff. And then Shopify came in and said, rest easy, little baby. Put your head on my shoulder.
Why don't you chill out? And now we're pros, okay? You can attest to that if you came to any of our live shows.
Shopify makes it easy for you to get your own business up and off the ground. They got everything you could possibly need. You can get started with your own design studio. They've got hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. You can accelerate your content creation. It's packed. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. So if you don't even know what you're doing, it doesn't matter because Shopify has every tool imaginable.
They can help you with stuff like getting the word out, like you have a marketing team behind you, easily creates email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling.
And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise on everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify.
Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/BAES. Go to shopify.com/BAES. Shopify.com/BAES.
It's about a really attractive guy who's like, hey, I didn't go to school, but
do you just keep calling him attractive, or is that like part of the show?
No, he's a good look at him. He's a good looking guy.
I know, but everyone on TV is good looking. Like I never go like, you don't go like, it's about a good looking guy who's.
You know who I always
like if I was telling you about Lost, I wouldn't be like, it's about a bunch of good looking guys who are trying to.
You're right.
The way you say it makes it sound like it's part of the show.
It's not part of the plot.
Okay.
It's not part of the plot. It doesn't say anywhere like a really good looking lawyer guy. That does remind me. I remember when I was a kid watching Shining.
The Shining.
Shelley Duvall. I was like, why do they have this fucking weird looking ugly lady in this? And now as an adult, I'm like, she's fine. She's a pretty woman.
Yeah, she's very attractive.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck's going on? Is this part of the plot? That a guy and his ugly wife go to a haunted mansion and he's annoyed because his wife is nagging him. I didn't actually.
That's what you as a child.
No, I didn't think that. I thought, damn, this movie's spooky, scary. Get me out of here. But I could withstand it. It's a good movie. Here's Johnny. It's one of those things that you didn't, because it's like Michael Jackson. I only knew him as white Michael Jackson, and when you see photos of black Michael Jackson, you're like, what the fuck? But I didn't know Here's Johnny from The Tonight Show. I only knew it from The Shining. So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a fun little catchphrase. Anyway, So last summer, like I said earlier, they had a big hack. They had a huge fucking hack that Witty oversaw. His eyes were closed. His head was buried in the sand. They said, "Sir, we're about to get hacked." And he said, "Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to eat my fucking..."
Oi, mate. Why's this guy bothering me?
Yeah, why's this guy bothering me? Who are you anyway? Get the hell out of my office. I'm trying to eat my...
Fish and chips.
No, not Vegemite. What's the other one? What am I? What's the British Vegemite?
I don't know.
Fuck. Damn it.
You always look to me like I'm like, well, he must know.
Connor, can you Google British Vegemite real fast? Marmite. Grommets. My cheese and Marmite. So that's what he was doing. They were like, "Sir, we've been hacked." And he went, "Oh dear,
Oh,
dear.
no.
They're going to fire me. I hope nothing happens further. I hope our profits don't suffer." So yeah, they had a major attack, and it was way worse than initially thought. A bunch of investors were pissed off. They're also getting sued by a bunch of investors who say that they've downplayed the catastrophic effects on the company and the public perception because of the Brian Armstrong thing and because of the hack, because the hack cost them $3.1 billion. And on top of that, you've got, like we were saying, the Trump administration and Congress are cutting federal health spending, which is a big, big part of their business. So they're kind of in a big trouble.
Yeah, they're like, wait, it's going to be really hard to rip off the government now.
It's going to be so hard to whip off the government now. Fuck. And like the DOJ is also accusing Aetna, Humana, and Elevance, aka Anthem, of defrauding the government by giving hundreds of millions. This part fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get in on it because everyone's doing it. It's too good of a game. I mean,
it's too good of a game.
Writing down that they have crazy AIDS you've never heard of and you need a lot of money.
You got crazy butt AIDS. I'm sorry to tell you.
Sorry, government. This guy's got crazy AIDS.
Damn, another one? Okay. Here, take this money. Take care of him. Jeez, poor guy. He's got crazy butt AIDS. Just like the last guy.
This poor guy.
That's gnarly. So there was this thing that all these insurance companies were doing. They were in cahoots, right? With these what do you call those things? Insurance middlemen, agents, like Select Quote and Health Go Health, I think is another one. Basically, these insurance brokers get kickbacks for recommending to their clients, aka people like us. They get kickbacks for pushing certain insurance plans versus others. So the government is saying that hundreds of millions of dollars of illegal kickbacks were given to insurance brokers in exchange for enrollments into their Medicare Advantage plans. I mean, that's what happens when you incentivize shit like this. So there are over 32.8 million people that are enrolled in a Medicare Advantage.
I'm pretty sure
plan.
it's over. It's. I think they crossed the threshold of now over half of.
All eligible
over half
people.
of all eligible people for Medicare are now in Medicare Advantage programs.
Yeah.
And these people will never be able to claw their way back into Medicare.
They're also saying, the claim also says that some of these insurance brokers often refused to sell Medicare Advantage plans of insurers who didn't pay sufficient kickbacks. Hey, you don't give us enough of a kickback? Fuck you. I ain't recommending that shit to this shitty old senior citizen. Fuck you. Pay me money, bitch.
For our senior citizen audience, please do not leave your Medicare program.
Don't do it. I like this. The government says that they violated the False Claims Act, which allows the government to sue anyone it believes defrauded it. The False Claims Act. Oh, no, False Claims Act. That guy didn't have butt AIDS. You lied. How could you do that?
We're looking through some of these claims. It's not adding up.
There's not that many butt AIDS guys out there. Guys and girls. Yeah, the False Claims Act that allows the government to recover funds from individuals or companies who defraud government programs. It's known as a whistleblower law because it allows private citizens called relators, what the fuck, to sue on behalf of the government and receive a Ooh. So if you whistleblow, you get a portion of the recovered shit.
Good luck getting it from the government.
Yeah, wow.
That's like the guy who called it in on Luigi Mangione. They're not giving you the money.
Yeah. We already knew he was there. We're not giving you the money. You just called it in. You pretending like you did.
We knew he was at
You
McDonald's.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of makes you understand a little bit more. Just puts things a little bit more into perspective about how smart. Excuse you, about how smarmy these fucking companies are.
Oh,
I mean, I knew that they were
mean,
bad, but geez, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, I've been watching the Medicare Advantage thing for a while. There's a lot of the Lever was doing a lot of reporting on it for a long time.
Lever.
And it's
To pull that lever.
It's just absolutely horrendous.
You know, I will say though. So I watched
But that's what's. I mean, if they get their way, all of these government programs, the aim is to privatize them and just provide a shittier product that you have no ability to do anything about.
On the one hand, I like that the government was just like, "Hey, these people have these weird, fucked up butt aids. Let's pay for it and get them their treatments." But then it falls on the shoulders of the insurance companies to actually follow through with giving them the treatments, kind of for shit that they don't necessarily have. Man, who would have thought that the system would that there would be this much rampant fraud in such a system?
Who would have thought? A lot of people.
Man, I never would have thought in my wildest dreams that companies would take advantage. So speaking of Luigi Mangione, I was watching the Netflix documentary on the Oklahoma City bombing a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they were showing, so it was Timothy McVeigh and two other guys.
Chalamet.
It's Timothy McVeigh, Timothy Chalamet, and who else? Who's the third guy?
I don't know.
Who's the third Ninja Turtle? So it was Timothy McVeigh and his two co-conspirators. And when they showed one of them, I was like, "Oh my God, he looks like a Today guy." And also it kind of sent a chill down my spine. He like the way he dresses, his style and stuff, he looks like he could be a modern day guy.
Okay.
And he was like handsome and stuff. And I was like, fuck, dude. I really hope that if the Oklahoma City bombing happened today, that people wouldn't be fawning over this guy, even though they're totally different things.
This is a strange...
Google Michael Fortier, or there was the one. Michael, whatever it is. He kind of looks like Baby No Money, whatever.
Yeah,
but there were like clips of him going into his car, and I'm like, damn, that guy's handsome.
It's not just.
Look at the one of him in the tank top.
It's not just because he's hot, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think they would do that.
I certainly hope not. Ooh, bombing daddy or something. But like, look at him. Doesn't he look like a 2025 guy?
A little bit, yeah.
He's got the tank top and the glasses.
90s guy.
He does look like a 90s guy.
I think that we're also just seeing a lot of styles come back.
Yeah, that's true. Look at this. He truly looks like that Baby No Money rapper, doesn't he?
I'm not really familiar with that guy.
Oh, well, let's, Baby No Money. He looks just like him.
Sure, he looks a little like that, yeah.
Man.
Okay.
That guy's got a sharp beard. Anyway, so UnitedHealth has bounced. The stock has bounced. It recovered. It was in the 260s or 270s, and it has since bounced to like 320.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just going to go right back. And I don't know, man.
It's definitely not going back to, like, I think the high was like 611 or something like that. It's probably not going back to that. But I'm sure under this new leadership, look, I'm not hoping for this, but I feel like they're going to start just creeping back up.
You're probably right, man.
Yeah.
That's the way these things go.
Hey, gang, we're here with one final ad to talk about the importance of a full head of hair from two guys who really understand that.
Yeah.
We're talking about Hims, baby.
Fellas, if you're starting to notice your hair is thinning when you look in the mirror, you're not alone.
You're not alone, but there's an answer. Yeah. There's help. Help is on the way.
Help is on the way there. So try Hims Hair Loss Solutions. You can avoid jumping through a bunch of frustrating hoops and get access to treatment without even leaving your home. That's right. Hims provides you with convenient access to a range of hair loss treatments that work, all from the comfort of your couch.
You're telling me I don't have to go sit in a stinky waiting room?
Waiting rooms? No.
Not only that, Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
You can choose from personalized chewable, oral, spray, and serum treatments to find what works best for you. The process is simple and 100% online, so there are no uncomfortable, stinky doctor visits.
All you got to do is answer a few questions, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free.
You don't need insurance, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. Hims has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, and they can help you get your confidence back too with visibly thicker and fuller hair.
So start your free online visit today at hims.com/BAES. That's HIMS.com/BAES for your personalized hair loss treatment options. HIMS.com/BAES. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Well, speaking of markets, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of Chase, done what come out, and they had a big investor day thing on Monday.
Brings me no joy to agree with Jamie Dimon, but he seems like one of the few people who actually is
level-headed.
Yeah, I mean, well, keep going. Sorry, we're gonna get to it, but
well, yeah, what? Because he talks shit on Bitcoin?
No. Just all of this. I think this, like what's happening right now with the tariff situation, is a really good example of why the stock market is not the economy.
Yeah.
The stock market seems thrilled that, maybe that tariff stuff is behind us. And it does not seem like a good indication of that these people understand that there's going to be real consequences to this. And
you bring up a good point, because apparently in the last few weeks, it's been a majority of retail investors, aka everyday people,
right,
individual investors like you and me, are the ones buying the dip the last several weeks.
Yeah, but we didn't even say what
So Jamie Dimon said that there is way too much complacency right now, given the risks in the market. He cites chances of elevated inflation and stagflation, which is basically when you've got a recession with inflation still. He said that those chances are greater than people think. He said, quote, "People feel pretty good because you haven't seen an effect of tariffs. The market came down 10%. It's back up 10%. I think that's an extraordinary amount of complacency." And to which I would say I agree with him, but famously, bull markets climb a wall of worry.
Yeah, but I mean, it says inflation was relatively mild in April. Economists expect tariffs to push up prices further in the coming months. Several companies, including General Motors, JetBlue, and Volvo, have pulled their guidance to investors, like we were saying before, on how much they expect to earn this year. While Walmart said last week that it plans to raise prices due to cost increases that it said were unprecedented in history. And that's the real thing. It seems like everyone's celebrating that there's this China deal in place. But no one's really grappling with the fact that this is a worse deal than we had, and we have not even started to see the implications of that.
Yeah, he was talking about the earnings coming up in the next few quarters. That's the thing, though. The earnings that are coming up, especially from these companies that suspended their guidance, if earnings aren't worse than expected or on par with what was expected, it's not going to have any negative effect, because it'll be that's it.
No, I know. You're talking about the market, though.
Yeah.
It's going to have an effect on the economy.
Right.
Like, it just is. Walmart is talking about raising their prices. They said they should see higher prices at the end of this month, and then a more intense, sharp increase in June. A lot of people are saying this just gives permission to all kinds of people, all kinds of other retailers. Walmart's the biggest retailer in the world.
Mm-hmm. They make so much in revenues, it's insane.
And
it's hard to comprehend.
Yeah. And, I'm sure here, maybe I can send it. I have they're going to bat. They're going to war with Trump over this, or Trump is, obviously always
poor Waltons
yelling it. I'm sure they'll be okay. Here we have Trump. Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the chain. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected. Between Walmart and China, they should, as is said, eat the tariffs.
In quotes.
And not charge valued customers anything. I'll be watching, and so will your customers.
So this is confusing, because I thought that China pays for it.
I mean, that's what he says, not the consumers.
Can you imagine if Bernie Sanders were to say that to
if Bernie Sanders did any of this stuff that Trump has done, they would have killed him by now.
They would have hung him and said socialists.
That is a absolute fact.
You only need $2. So one little girl who's going to get $19 is only going to get $2. He said a few weeks ago.
But they're talking about 30% increase. I mean, Walmart's margins are not 30%. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to absorb that. But it's confusing because they're not getting everything from China. Everything's not going to be impacted. So in a client note earlier this week, Bank of America's Robert Ohms said Walmart is well positioned to manage tariffs because of its sophisticated supply chain and network, and because imports from China make up only about 15% of its U.S. sales, considerably less than many competitors. About 60% of its U.S. sales are groceries, which I didn't know. That's crazy.
60% are groceries?
Yeah.
That's fucking bananas.
Most of which are domestically sourced. Notably, the retail giant did not pause or revise its annual guidance as many other companies have because of the economic uncertainty.
Yeah.
But like that just makes me think, also there's the universal tariff of 10% too. That's not going away.
Yeah.
But it
throughout
is
the universe.
It is, even though just 15% of their stuff is coming from China, they're still like, well, got to raise prices.
I mean, because everything gets affected. Just because you only have 15% of your imports coming from one place, it doesn't mean that it's not, everything, it reverberates, man. Like the whole, what's the old adage? When China sneezes, the world gets a cold or something?
I think it's when America sneezes.
When America sneezes, the world gets butt AIDS.
Yeah, exactly.
Some kind of weird, obscure butt AIDS that UnitedHealth then has a shady doctor. It's real fast. It's like United was employing a bunch of medical marijuana doctors. Those weird guys in lab coats that you'd go and see in a shady strip mall who's like, you got anxiety? I'll write you a prescription for some marijuana if you think it'll help. I think it'll help. Anyway.
You just had to get that. You were like, I'm going to regret it later if I don't sneak that in.
God.
Yeah. But yeah, the real concern here is that this is going to trickle down to, everybody's going to open up. This is from Business Insider. What they're doing is providing air cover for the tens of thousands of retailers, extra large, medium, and small, all of whom are faced with exactly the same issue and all of whom are going to be raising their prices. This is from Mark Cohen, a professor at Columbia Business School, former director of retail studies at Columbia Business School. So, yeah, this Trump stuff is so frustrating too, where he's telling them to eat the tariffs. Sometimes I'm like,
we
were talking about it where I was like, it's sometimes like I want to cheer that on, don't let companies raise their prices on consumers, but then it's like you created this whole problem, but I would love to see a president, say when we were dealing with inflation in 2022. A lot of that, there was a lot of reporting saying this was just companies raising their profits because they knew they could, even if they weren't affected by the supply chain stuff. They were just raising their prices,
as is evidenced by their margins going through the roof.
Right. So, but Biden never came out and was like, "Hey, I'm going to do something if you can't." I'm watching. Anyone who's taking advantage of this situation is making things worse for consumers. I'm going to make life hell for you. But Trump is like creating this problem and then being like, it's just so fucking confusing. And we saw he did the same exact thing with when Amazon tried to introduce this was back in April, when they tried to introduce their tariff tracker thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what he did because it was all behind closed doors, but apparently
and then it was just gone.
Apparently Jeff Bezos and Trump had a phone call, and then
he probably promised him some
gone.
Fucking Blue Origin contracts or something.
Yeah, I also do think that people are going to learn to just be. What you're going to see is not people doing what Walmart did, which is, well, Walmart's in a tricky position though because they have to beat people on prices, and if their prices go up, they have to explain why. But if every other retailer wants to raise their prices, they're just going to do it quietly. They're not going to like have the Trump administration get alerted to this fact. They're just going to charge you more.
Yeah. Speaking of high prices, JP Morgan in their presentation on Monday said that consumers and small businesses actually remain financially healthy, quote unquote. Even though consumer sentiment is bad, they said that it's not yet translating into changes in spending behaviors.
Not yet. I think we're going to see a lot of it, especially with small businesses.
Yeah. And we'll probably cover it on Friday, but like Klarna just reported they're having, which is really funny.
But small businesses are like I've seen reporting on even just people with contracts at if they have like locked in if they've locked in contracts with Walmart, say, and they're a small business supplying them with something, that price is not going to, they're not going to be able to raise their price on Walmart.
Right.
But their prices from anything they're importing from China is going to go up, and they're going to be getting hosed. There was a big Financial Times article talking about all these small businesses that are prepping for because it's not that far from now. They're getting ready to import a bunch of stuff for the holiday season and everything like that. And there's multiple companies who are like, we've definitely scaled back.
That's what's also
because we just can't afford to pay these prices.
I wonder if that's also part of Trump's plan, is knowing that with all this tariff stuff, a lot of companies were front running it and loading up on stuff, which is going to temporarily make
that's definitely
numbers look better than they actually are. So that, like I've said before, by the time all of this bad data works its way through the system, it won't matter anymore. And it won't ultimately hurt things. I wonder if that's part. I mean, that's giving him way too much fucking credit.
I mean, sure, there's a chance they work out another deal where he just calls off all the tariffs, and then this whole thing was just a weird episode we had to live through.
It is weird trading the markets every day and not seeing tariffs as being any kind of substantial anything anymore. It's just one day here, one day gone the next. But that speaks to what Jamie Dimey's talking about. They should call him Jamie Nickel, folks. The way that Jamie Dimon, no, Jamie Quarter, Jamie Penny.
Did you like him?
Yeah. But so it's a bad combination when you've got the head of one of America's biggest investment banks talking about complacency like this. Although he has been kind of saying this kind of shit for a while. Talking about the growing deficit and central banks being complacent and whatnot, but it raises my spidey sense because, like we were saying earlier, the ones buying the dip recently have been retail investors. Apparently, just on Monday, just yesterday for us, 3 days ago for you guys. Retail traders bought $4.1 billion in stocks, bringing the SPY, because the S&P opened down 1.1%. And I'm sitting there going, it's just going to fucking go green. I just know
They fared better than traditional investors throughout all this.
They've been whipping the butts of the professionals. And those
They were all selling off. Guys like me, they were buying in.
Yeah. They were. They brought the SPY from negative.
Maybe I'll regret that, but I don't know.
Negative 1.1% into the green. Retail traders accounted for 36% of the volume on Monday. Single stocks were 2.5 billion and ETFs were about 1.5 billion. And mostly it was concentrated in Tesla, Palantir, Bitcoin ETFs, and they were net sellers of NVIDIA, which is interesting because NVIDIA I can't fucking keep up with the NVIDIA shit. They just had a big presentation where they're like, this one cluster node.
Well, they're funny because they're just the boring stuff you wouldn't know about. And so it's not like OpenAI coming out and being like, look, it can translate in real time for you. They're just like, this chip's so fucking fast.
Yeah. Remember the one that we touted 6 months ago that everybody wants? That one sucks and is outdated now. This one is better.
This one is so fucking fast.
Well, fucking Jensen Huang said that this new supercluster fuck thing can handle the entire internet. Like the amount of data that goes through the internet in any given minute or something, this one superfuck cluster can handle that.
Hey, do you want to come over later? I'm having like a super clusterfuck thing.
Very good. And yes, smart money, quote unquote, has been on the sidelines due to, because you might be asking yourself, absolute loser goons. They have benchmarks that they've got to hit. They've got rules that they have to abide by, and they are a lot more scared. So maybe it's the case that they'll end up chasing higher.
I'm going to kick their fucking ass.
I'm going to kick your ass, dude. I'm going to kick your fucking ass, man.
Speaking of getting their ass kicked.
What?
Joe Biden.
Joe Byron, yeah.
Joe Byron. Sometimes nature sends the mail, motherfucker.
I didn't know that there's stage 9 fucking prostate cancer. Like, stop
I didn't know that either.
It's like the Scoville units again with peppers. You don't need Scoville 1 million. Peppers a million hot. You just, hey, I got ass cancer level 4. Stop at like 4. No, I'm level 9. Yeah,
brother,
level 9 indicates high grade aggressive cancer. This cancer's walking down the sidewalk. Just fucking body checking people. Body checking white blood cells. Fuck you. Get out of my way. I got to get to the colon. I got a hot date with the colon. That's not funny.
I can't believe this guy ran for president a second time. He probably had cancer the first time. He probably knew he had cancer the first time.
What's a bit of an FDR, whatever the hell he had, spina bifida. What did he have?
He had polio.
Polio. Yeah. And let's be honest, Joe Biden didn't run for president. He fucking crawled.
No. This guy's such a piece of shit. I hope you like the feeling of hot flames because you're going to hell.
Jeez,
you're such a piece of shit.
Well, so huge shout out to Joe Biden.
Your legacy will be giving us a second Trump presidency. I hope you know that. You're a piece of garbage.
I wonder if he's covered by.
And everyone who covered for this shit, you know what you did. You know what you did, and we see you.
Why'd you go like this?
We see you. We see you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget you. Every time I see you out, I'll know what you did. We'll all know what you did. You'll never sleep well. You're also going to hell.
Well,
all of you.
Anyway, so not good news. We'll wrap it up with the air traffic control. Still bad stuff. And I've been still following the ATC subreddit, and it's not good stuff. They're not, things are bad. And if you want to fly, hey man, that's on you. That's your prerogative. You got to go. You want to roll the dice? The odds are a little less in your favor than they traditionally have been.
How do you feel about the fact that we're going to be flying into that airport?
Yeah, that's what's upsetting. I'm like, oh, great. It's got to be fucking Denver. So that's not good. Denver air traffic control was hit by an outage. And, I keep getting emails from JetBlue. This far in advance, my flight has now been pushed for June to like 10 p.m.
That's not that unusual, though. When you buy a ticket, they'll bump your shit.
I guess, but Jesus Christ.
I thought you were a flyer, man.
I am a flyer.
No, I thought
just
you
don't
were
want to fly that freaking late. That freaking.
No, but I thought you were experienced.
Sucks. I am freaking experienced, but this is unprecedented. This is freaking.
Change your flight. Fly to
try, but I can't. I booked JetBlue.
Blue.
I checked Blue. I did Mint. Okay, I used points and I flew Mint.
Honestly, eat it and get a different flight.
I don't wanna. I want to lay down. I want to lay down on the flight.
Wait, you got a first class flight?
Yeah, I'm going to a wedding. I want to feel good.
And they don't let you change it. You pay all that money.
It's not that they won't let you change it. It's just that I'm sure so choke on my own spit.
You're flying
so many people are going to be changing their shit. I don't want to be. I guess I could try. I'll try.
You just lying flat and then like we lost connection with Newark Airport.
The problem, and I'm just like, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die laying down.
At least I'm gonna die comfy as
the flight attendant's like, sir, you need to sit up. I'm like, shut up. I paid good points for this ticket.
I'll sit up when they can talk to the air traffic controllers.
Yeah, when they can find us on the radar, that's when I'll sit up.
When radar comes back on, I'll sit up.
If I'm going to die on this airplane, I'm going to die laying down with shit in my pants and piss all over the seat. God bless us.
Change your flight.
To what? A different airport?
Yes.
The wedding is in New Jersey. I don't want to fly into fucking LaGuardia.
Why not?
I don't know, because then I'm going to have to go extra far. I'm going to have to go all the way.
Would you rather be alive or far from the wedding? Far from the wedding.
Far from the wedding.
No, would you rather be dead or far from the wedding?
Dead. Then I don't have to worry anymore.
How are you going to get to the wedding?
Always worrying. I don't know. Fucking car.
Are you going to drive? You're going to drive?
Well, I don't know. Fuck, I haven't decided
You
yet.
haven't figured anything out.
There's a hotel right outside of Newark. It's like 40, 30, 20 minutes away. Nobody knows how far it is. And it's there. And then
the wedding's in Newark?
It's right outside. It's in New Jersey. It's just like a
little
little bit.
New Jersey's a big place.
Further. It's like a 30-minute drive.
The wedding's in Newark. It's in New Jersey. Okay. All right. We got to stop. You're just complaining about logistics for going to a wedding.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say shit.
All right. If you want to see me publicly execute Ben Conn in the bonus, you're going to have
publicly execute me. I hope you brought your good gun.
Why?
I don't know, because I don't want to be sitting here going, dang, hurry up.
I feel like my bad gun could get the job done.
Yeah, you're right. My head isn't that thick.
It actually is pretty thick.
That is true.
We might have to wait till next week. I did bring my bad gun, but next week we will be killing Ben in the bonus.
If you guys want to see me die in the bonus, subscribe, benandemilshow.com. Thanks for watching this week, and we'll see you next week.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
When you just give in, lay down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That dopamine thing.
Oh.
They gotta do a
and
GLP.
it feels like you're doing something because you're like, I'm taking in information. I follow a lot of publications. I follow the Financial Times. I follow the Wall Street Journal. I'm scrolling. I'm getting news.
Yeah.
But you take nothing in. It's a horrible way. Your brain can't even process it because by the time it reads something, it reads the next thing. You've done nothing to like take in any information. Men do this a lot. They get in relationships and they go like, well, you're kind of my mommy now and you make these decisions for me.
No, it's definitely not that. Because I still am very like, I want to eat here.
I'm exaggerating,
yes.
But like when it's like, well, I'm easy. Like I'm being deferential to you, and you just pick. Aren't I like so easy? And she's like, no, I need you to fucking take control of shit.
It would be more like I'm going off of, hey, let's do a shotgun approach.
You're gonna shoot your wife? You're gonna hold her at gunpoint
and narrow it down from.
Okay, we're doing a shotgun approach.
Hold still.
You fucking pick. You fucking pick, girl.
You pick. I don't like that. Yeah, it's just.
Hey, you were excited.
I don't know how to phrase it.
There's nothing wrong with getting excited by 5 pictures and 3 prompts. There's nothing wrong. I've been there. I've seen 5 pictures and 3 prompts and gone, okay, I'm in love with this woman. She's my wife.
Yeah. I just.
And then I meet her and I'm like, be like my wife that I created in my head.